so y'all can see me working. Yeah, I literally like shout out to cousin Hustleman. Cousin Hustleman used to always tell me, bring it real close. So now look how close it is. You can actually see it. You can see it. So we're gonna get started. We'll get a pen and some paper, and we're gonna get popping. We're gonna get popping. Um, Let me go get the paper.
Uber Eats knows whenever you watch football, you get hungry. And look, a buy one get one 10
Let me go get the paper. Let's go get the paper. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I had my paper right there. I didn't even realize it. I did have the paper. But I'm about to cook for y'all. My paper's right here underneath the fax machine. We'll pull up. Y'all can pull up. Right? Feel free to pull up. Right? We're gonna set up the stream yard now. And then we're gonna cook, y'all. Let me repost this, man. I don't think I did follow him. Let me see. Zakai. All right. How are you? How are you, man? I'm working. Building the platform up. All right. So we're gonna get started. I'm doing well. What type of platform you making? Motion Talk. I have my platform and my brand is established. Look, I have a brand, a business, all right? Source experience, media marketing management, consultant agent. I manage boxers. I help boxers move. Um, Marketing, media work, all the above, man. Um, I do my thing. I do my thing, man. Social media exposer. I'm a social media exposer because I get to it in real life, aka No Jealous Fan Zone. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I did a Max B live earlier. I did a Max B live earlier. I might talk a little boxing now because I'm at the desk. I did 7 deliveries already. I set up my thing, right? So I might do a little boxing. They don't never click my link. Only like my team, they be clicking the link. But like guys that just be running gibberish plays and they don't, my motion intimidates them now, man. Cause they always was in the bushes. All over the game, stamped and certified, all over the game. I am stamped and certified all over the game. I am stamped and certified all over the game. All right, I'm setting up the stream, y'all. You know we're gonna get the dropping it like it's hot. I think I'll use that thumbnail. Yeah, there you go. I like that one. I like that one. What's my favorite thing I promoted so far? This right here, man, my brand. I started it from I had Jackal Fitness, but then I started a new one, Shy News Boxing. That's my favorite thing because Shy News Boxing assisted in a 17-year-old kid getting signed to the major leagues. Yeah, so that's probably up there. They can't even debunk that, man. Yeah, they talk about views and shit all the time, right? They don't talk about that. They can't debunk that. How do illegal immigrants like their coffee? Ice. That's funny, but I don't think that's funny to them, cause ice be kind of violating a lot of those people, man. But hey, what do I know? Ice be violating them, man. I don't think they would laugh at that, but thank you for the humor. Hit the like button for yourself. Hit the like button. That was very humorous. It was humor. Good humor. That was good humor. Now I remixed a couple videos already, right? This is the No Jealous Fan Zone Inc. 6 in the building, man. Pull up. Click the link. Yo, dudes be like, yo, drop the link. For what? What am I dropping the link for? Like popping bubble wrap? Yeah, my kids do. I like that too. I'll put that out. That's the question. Yes, I do. Feel free to answer that, man. All right, we up on StreamYard too now, y'all. We gonna get busy. It's time. It's time. So your brand, is that like a pre-sale or on demand? It's on demand, man. This brand been on ESPN, international sales, Canadian sales. Uh, Trying to think what how many markets and states. It's all over, man. The Carolinas, California, Vegas, Georgia, a little bit of everywhere. All right, I'm gonna take my what's the name down. Since I'm here, I'm gonna take the green screen down. I'm gonna take the green screen down. I don't want the green screen showing. No green screen, right? Since the fight is a couple days away, I'm gonna go in today about the fights a little bit, right? All right, let's get this rocking. Go live. So your brand is like a pre-sale. All right, top of the afternoon. You see, we in the building, y'all. We here. We are here. We are here. We're gonna get this one in the books. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. I did my Max B earlier this morning. The energy came when that nasty energy came into the room, right? And you know what I'm speaking on about. Oh, why didn't you take your daughter to school? Right? When do I really take her to school? Right? You didn't even know that I was off today. So why is that my responsibility when had I just left, right? Look, had I left and came here and recorded, you wouldn't have even attempted to even come at me like that, right? And I say, you know what, I'm gonna just sit here and record, right? Because normally, like I said, I do my live streams in the course of doing what I do at work, on my way to work. But I was like, I'm not going to work, so I could do it here at the desk. But this is part two. Now I'm in studio, right? As y'all can see, we in studio, growth over gimmicks, how the content looking, right? Let me share this a little bit. You know, let the peoples know I'm on. On and on and on. Yeah, we on, baby. All right, let's see. We on. We on. All donations are welcome. Look, let me put my hashtags up. Two in the building over here, man. Shout out your section, man. Before we get started. Shout out your section. Damn. I might have to move a little bit. Hold on, let me see. How's that look now? Yeah, there we go. That's better. Nobody was saying nothing, man. I wasn't even on camera good. Now I look a lot better. Right? I wasn't even saying nothing. That's an easy one, man. Shout out your section right here. Shout out your section, cause we about to cook. Shout out your section. Smash the like button. Rep your city in the chat, man. That's all free things to do, man. That's all free things to do, man. Those are free, right? I'm gonna pull up X real quick. Let me pull up X. Cause I'm gonna start right off the bat with the fight, right? And I just want to show you how like the boxing public is so easy to program them, right? The boxing public, guys that sit online and shit. Well, I'm not even gonna say shit because they don't share content. These guys sit online and do barbershop conversation type of talk, right? But look, I'm gonna just show you. I want to pull something out real quick, right? Bang, bang. All right. Brian Norman Jr., right? Let's put this down. B-Dub, right? And Devin Haney is the Chitlin Circuit talk, right? And you have the Chitlin Circuit fans, right? Everybody's making their predictions, right? Now, a lot of the fans, the Chitlin Circuit fans, a lot of them are not even giving Devin Haney a chance. And these are supposed to be guys that know boxing. A lot of them claim to, be experts and analysts, right? And when you look at the actual participants, I'm going to post one right here. Look, I shared this. Let me go to my profile. Zakai. Look there, that's me right there, man. That's me right there. Can y'all see that? That's me. So Zakai, who is the cousin of Shakur Stevenson, right? Zakai Moses said Devin makes easy work of Brian Norman. That's what Zakai Moses says, right? Zakai fights. He's a fighter, former national champion, now signed with Matchroom. Many are saying he's a future world champion, elite fighter, right? Has sparred with guys like his cousin, Kamal Mo. He has the last victory. Kamal Mo and another highly favored fighter was from Zakai. Zakai Moses says that Devin Haney makes easy work of Brian Norman Jr. Now, I was watching a lot of Jealous Fan Zone type of podcast and boxing talk. They don't agree with that. And these are people that are supposed to know boxing, right? But look, it's so easy to program the fans, the Chitlin Circuit, the pork eaters, the dick eaters. Yeah, it's easy to program them. And that's what a lot of them are programmed because they don't even, half of these guys don't even give Devin a chance. They automatically think Brian Norman is going to blow him out the waters. And that's why I said what I've been saying for the longest about this. He is exactly going to have to do that. And if he doesn't, he may lose this fight. If Devin goes, God forbid Devin takes his punch. Oh my, it's going to be bad, man. If he can't hurt Devin Haney, man, you know how fucked up the game is going to be, man? Because, see, too many fans, jealous Chitlin Circuit eating fans, automatically assume that he's going to knock Devin Haney out because he knocked out Jin Sasaki, right? This is why boxing is so, I said this shit yesterday. I was like, the boxing game is the new music industry. It's infiltrated. You could program people like the radio stations and music. This is boxing is programmed now, man. Boxing is programmed. Yo, and I tried to be nice. Right? I was being nice, right? I was being very nice. I was like, yo, um, this guy. I was like, this guy, Brian Norman Jr. And I showed the highlights. I was like, yo, before all of you guys got programmed that he was this conqueror, Bowen Chica face planted him, man. Yeah, look, off a counter. Off a counter. Bowen Chica place planted him. Face planted him. And I was just purely pointing that out because I'm like, yo, he's not a puncher. And you guys were all making it seem like Devin Haney can't do what Bowen Chica did. Now, like I said, if Devin Haney, this fight is 2 days away now, man. If Devin Haney, shout out, he says, oh, hey, I found your other stream. Thank you. Share it. Please share it. Bring the people over here. Share it. They're not going to come over here because, look, I'm in studio. I'm looking real professional. You know they not pulling up. Yeah, especially if they've been part of smear campaigns, if they've been homosexual trolls, if they've been guys that try to defame my brand, my businesses, they definitely not pulling up. Because my real life motion drowns their lies. Been drowning their content. Because like I said, they can't even post no official content. My real life influence drowns anything that they got going on. But please share the content, right? But what if Devin Haney takes his punch, man? Right? Because everybody, I watched the shit last night. I'm like, damn. I watched guys say, and you know, I got to speak it from experience, man. Because most of these guys that sit online, they're jealous fans. Like they want to be experts and have expertise, advice, and opinion, but they can't show you nothing they done, right? And what I was highlighting yesterday, right? I was like, damn, Brian Norman Jr., right? I'm not gonna play the content because I think this guy, he just comes off to me like that. But Brian Norman Jr., right? As well as Abdullah Mason, they have 2 fire interviews on Showbiz the Adult. What I think his segment that they what is it? Black, two sugars black, something like that, the coffee. So but he did 2 old interviews. They're old. Those interviews were from when I said I was there. Fight week, when they announced this in the summertime. The weighing for Hamza Sarad and Edgar Berlanga, Shakur Stevenson, and William Zepeda. Showbiz did an interview with both of these guys. They released the interviews yesterday. These interviews are months old. They're old, right? Now, that's probably part of Showbiz's deal. That he got the access, he got those interviews, but he could not release those interviews until fight week. But I'm watching people react to these interviews. And I just want to just put this out there. When they say about fighters, marketing, and star power, those interviews are months old. Why did they wait to release them so for the fight? Like, wouldn't it have been better more? But I get it. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to break all that down. But I was just watching Chill and Juice talk. And I'm like, you guys have no clue about this shit. These interviews are so old. Why'd they have him sit on this if they really was trying to market and promote these guys? Because the content is good. It's not the content. Right? But you know why they did it? Because the Devin Haney incident, and they even talk about that a little bit in the interview, the Showbiz interview. That was the gimmick, right? That was the gimmick to kick it off, to get the hype going, right? When he got yoked up and manhandled, and his manager threw blows, right? Right? That was the gimmick, the NYC gimmick, right? Then that kicked off the back and forth, the quote unquote beef. And you see it right now. Like, this is why I tell you, it's so easy to program fans, right? Yo, he talked about his grandma, right? He talked about look, this is what the dumb fans is on, right? Respectfully. Y'all are dumb. Yo, he talked about his grandma. Yo, what's personal now? Is it? Is it personal? Right? Pay attention. Is it personal, or you just program sheep that fall for anything? Because if it was personal and it was real beef, they put their hands on him outside the ring. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. They put their hands on him. It wasn't personal then. It's personal now that he talked about his grandmother, or was it personal when he yoked him up, had a security yoke him up? See, it's so easy to program motherfuckers that sit around and do absolutely nothing all day, every day. All day, every day. Now, when you are constantly being fed chitlin juice, right? Pork, swine, your mind is not functioning very well. And that's what social media does. It feeds you chitlin juice. So this fight became personal when he talked about his deceased grandmother, right? But it wasn't personal when he got yoked up out of his white tee. How you doing, Brandon? Salute, man. Smash the like button over there. It was not personal then, but yet it's personal now. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. How is the content looking, y'all? We at the desk. How's the content looking, man? We cooking. Taking our time too, man. But you see, Zakai says that Devin Haney is going to box his head off. I think Devin Haney's father agrees. I was seeing Bill Haney was super extremely confident, right? Because now he knows. A lot of y'all thinking he's scared. I'm gonna tell you why I don't think Bill's scared, right? Because somebody's gonna get exposed. It's here now. The fight is on. I think Bill and them feel like Zakai. They're sleeping on Brian Norman Jr. They're sleeping on. They're thinking they're gonna be levels above him, right? They're thinking that the footwork, and a lot of the fans have no clue because the fans are like, Brian Norman, look, y'all are all saying that Brian Norman Jr. is super athletic with all this foot movement. Where did y'all get that from? Please, some of y'all are probably in the bush. Comment, man. Comment. I'm not dropping my link. I don't do the link thing like that, man. But comment, man. Y'all are in the bushes watching, right? Where did you see Brian Norman show super athletic footwork? Where did y'all see that at? Because I wish somebody would share that. I know his father stays on Millie City and he, doing his job, promoting and hyping the fight up. But which fight has Brian Norman displayed super athletic footwork that a lot of you guys are saying that he's just going to do to Devin and cut the ring off and knock him out? What fight did we see that? Man, look. When I get to dropping the gems, they gotta scatter out of here. Look, they scattered. I made them scatter quick, fast. Thank you for that like. Appreciate that like. I made them scatter quick, fast, man. But what fight did we see? Right? Because like I said, Jensen Saki, highlight of the year. But if you watch the fight, it's like, and you're not a program boxing dummy, that was not spectacular. It was not impressive. He had a guy right in front of him that made green mistakes. Like, he had the fight was over in the first round, but the guy made it out the first round. I talked about that too. Right? Jen Sasaki, well, to me, and I say this respectfully, he's a international glorified club fighter. That's who Brian Norman knocked out. A club fighter. That is the highlight reel. To me, the bigger victory was Santillan. Because if you watch the Santillan fight, he was getting caught. Hopefully they cleaned a lot of that up. Right? See, the only reason I'm talking about it now because it's 2 days before the fight. But if you watch, yes, 999 Rebel, what's good, brother? Smash the like button. If you watch the Santillan fight, he was getting popped on. But Santillan, like a Jin Sasaki, flat-footed guy. Well, not athletic. And he was able to walk him down, walk through him, right? But Devin Haney, we know. Like I said, we seen Devin get on his bicycle. You guys would say run. He's on his bicycle. So what fight do you guys watch? All the guys that's on here that's saying that he's going to knock Devin out. What fight did you guys watch? I'm not going to pull his record up. But that's what I want to know. Because I watch a lot of content. And guys is, they're not on it with like Zakai said. Zakai said what's name's going to put on a boxing clinic, basically. Make easy work of him. Right? He's going to make easy work of him. But I want to know what fight you guys seen that Devin Haney, right? Brian Norman's going to go in there with the superior footwork, athleticism, and knock him out. What fight? Feel free before I move on, because I'm going to move on in a second. I'm going to move on, man. I'm going to move on because I want to get to some more topics. Right? And I haven't heard his father. Like his father, to me, right? Brian Norman, sweet. Tell him if he get it done Saturday, give me the call. Like he and his dad said they would. I'm here. Ooh, Richard Hitterson. That was the 19th. Damn. That's if he gets it done. Look, Bill was ready, man. Bill lost for words, nervous energy. Look, see, these are narratives. I'm gonna tell you, Two-Tone, I like you, but he's not lost for words. This is not nervous energy, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna let Bill kick his sauce real quick. This is not nervous energy, right?
It's nothing else to talk about. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. You're gonna see a whole different Devin. He's on a different level, and you're gonna see. It's
Nah, see, that's not nervous energy, right? I'm gonna tell you why that's not nervous energy, right? See, we here now. We don't have to front. Then I say somebody's getting exposed Saturday night, right? Now the whole build up to the fight, Bill Haney was hyping Brian Norman Jr. up as the big bad wolf. Oh man, he said he's gonna make weight. Yo, Malik. Oh, I'll get to that. Shout out to Malik in the building. But look, Bill, that's not nervous energy. It's up now. There's no more promoting and marketing this shit. We here now. We don't have to sell the fight no more, right? Because when they were selling the fight, Bill kept emphasizing the power, right? And that's why I was doing my part, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let all of these non-boxing motherfuckers just expose themselves, right? You see how Bill was highlighting the power. Yeah, he's the biggest, baddest thing on the block, right? He's the biggest, baddest thing on the block. Yo, the welterweight division is trash. Real talk. Look, let's talk about it, man. The welterweight division is trash, right? You know why the welterweight division is trash? Look at the champions, and this is no disrespect to them. The welterweight division is trash. Mario Barrios got beat on by old Manny Pacquiao. Rolly Romero, who was the champion at 147. He got stopped at 140 by Pitbull Cruz. Now, the other two champions, Brian Norman Jr., who they pushed now. He's the best dude on the block. Rightfully so, maybe, right? But I think, to be honest, and look, see, I didn't speak on this, but I'm going to speak on it now because I'm cooking in the sauce, right? The most dangerous one, really, and the reason why I'm building them one after Brian Norman is Rolly. Rolly, they watched that shit. They was on that fight card in Times Square, that motherfucking disaster. When Rolly went out there and beat the brakes off of Ryan Garcia, the guy who Devin Haney overlooked, they thought he was a crackhead. He rocked him to sleep and went out there and kept landing that left hook on Dev. They watched Retardo, and I say that respectfully, because Retardo, when I call him Retardo, I mean the string. Yeah. Yeah. If you know, that's how Rolly gives it like, yeah. Rolly be like, yeah. Yeah. Right? Rolly can crack. See, Rolly cracked Ryan so hard, Ryan didn't even want to engage. Bill and them witnessed that. They went after Brian Norman Jr. But you guys is all on here like, who yo, Brian Norman is yo, he's gonna just beat his head off. Is he? Like I said, are you guys prepared for if Devin Haney gets in there and can take his punch? Can take his punch. If Devin Haney gets in there and takes his punch, right? Like what we just watched Crawford do with Canelo. Right? Remember, and this is the community, man. You know, the YouTube boxing community, I watch you niggas, man. I front on you niggas, man. Because most of you niggas talk boxing, but you can't even show yourself doing anything in boxing other than sitting online running your mouth. Running your mouth, man. Right? Running your mouth. Right? Devin Haney goes in there and takes his punch. Right? You motherfuckers is gonna be on here sick. Right? And that's why I said, B-Dub, man, you better knock him out, B-Dub. You gotta knock this guy out, man. Your father, who's still doing Millie City interviews, that was funny that dude said. Like, he had me crying with that. He was spot on with that. He said, yeah, you're still doing Millie City interviews this fight week. Right? You're still doing Millie City interviews this fight week. Right? That was hilarious. He was like, you doing Millie City interviews, it's fight week, and your son is training in the parking lot. Oh, that was good. That was good shit. That's why I remixed that. He said, what you call Rolly? Retardo. He went, right? Rolly got power though, man. He got that Retardo strength. That's Rolly, man. Look, I gave y'all a good half hour of boxing so far, man. But like I said, somebody's getting exposed, man. 2 nights away, man. I can't wait, man. Please, send in all the bets. Send in all the bets, right? I think, listen. Bill and them, they waited to get to this point. They're confident, man. They're like Zakai Moses. If you look at a lot of the peers, see, that's who I listen to. I listen to everybody, but when it comes to the expert opinions, I like to listen to the fighters, especially the guys that been in the ring, know about the ring. A lot of the fans, it's easy to program them, man. Right? It's so easy to program them, man. You see it, man, because a lot of these fans that really, these same guys, right? If you could rewind the tape, like roll the tape, like Manager Marty would say. 4 fights ago, Brian Norman Jr. was not that guy, man. He was not that guy, man. He was on the verge of getting cut from Top Rank, man. Right? And Top Rank knows this. That's why Top Rank, you see, they spun it, right? Because they threw him away. Santillan was supposed to beat him. Once he defeated Santillan, they gave him 2 showcase fights. Somebody debunk that, man. Click my link. Like I don't put my link out there like that because when I did, niggas be scared. Yeah, he's scared. They don't look. I got too much real life influence and motion, man. Cause you want to come over here and argue? No, come over here and debunk my shit, man. Show me where I'm lying at. That Brian Norman Jr. didn't get 2 showcase fights. Derek Cuevas was a showcase fight. Santillan was a showcase fight. To do what? To program the dumb chitlin grease, motherfucking drinking, pork eating, boxing dummies. And it worked. Because now he's King Kong. But Top Rank knows what they're doing. If he is successful over Devin, they are lining him up for Rohan, Polanco, and also Tiger Johnson. Does anybody want to talk about that before I move on? Those are his 2 options if he's successful and he maintains the belt against Devin Haney. It'll be either Rohan Polanco or Tiger Johnson in-house for him. I got that confirmed too. I got that confirmed already. Yeah, it's little old me. I got that confirmed. So I'm saying that with confidence. If he's successful against Devin Haney, these are 2 possible guys for him with Top Rank in-house. I know I just quoted Africa saying that he wants it. Nah, I don't think Africa. Only way Africa could get that fight if the Turk is involved. But right now, if he's successful against Devin Haney, it's Rohan Polanco or Tiger Johnson. Does anybody want to debunk that before I move on from that? All right. Yo, another thing I want to know. This guy's been on Millie City and the other guy's platform. Did any of them ask them, is there a rematch clause? I didn't even look into that. I got this in my notes right here. Is there a rematch clause if he's unsuccessful? Because he's the champion. Did he work that out in the contract? Question of the day. As much as this guy's been on, is there a rematch clause? Do they have some sort of a security blanket? Right? Did Millie City, the other guys, all these guys I've been interviewing, the father asked that question? Inquiring minds want to know, is there a rematch clause? If Brian Norman is unsuccessful, does he have that rematch clause? That security blanket, right? Or he just loses the belt and has to pick up the pieces again? Because he is the champion, right? Coming off of knockout of the year. When that warrant a rematch clause is in case he stumbles, right? Now, I'm asking this from a business, managerial standpoint. Are y'all following that? 5 in the building? Do y'all follow that, man? A rematch clause. Maybe if you guys are over there and Senior is in the building, put it in the chat. Because a lot of times when I put certain shit in the chat, right, that's why I like certain content creators, because look, they will ignore your comments. See, one thing about me, I don't ignore comments. I might not say it, but I'll do like this, right? I'll post your comment. These guys won't even do it. These guys tell on themselves. You go over there in their chat and you put something in their chat, yeah, they'll see it and they're like, oh, that's him. And they'll, right? They won't even acknowledge it. But is there a rematch clause, man? Is there a rematch clause? Now we know Dev was spawned middleweights. I seen that. I think that was yesterday. They wanted to know who Brian Norman Jr.'s sparring partners were. I know one of them was Tay Jones. Shout out to Tay Jones. Tay Jones was Team Wilder. He was one of Brian Norman's sparring partners, right? Tay Jones is a strong guy. I think Tay Jones used to play big time college football, so that's a strong body, right? But we know Dev was in there with middleweights. I know they made the call for Jihad too. They was trying to get him in there with big guys. And Jihad and Brian Norman have history. They sparred. I have the footage. See, look, and let me say this too, right? This ain't in my notes, but I'm gonna put it in my notes. If I was somebody that wanted to go viral and was looking for attention, I could have been dropping shit like that. I got the videos. Shout out to WCS. I remember WCS sent it to me. I'm not one of those guys, man. I'm not one of those guys. That's why, I think these guys, when I talk my shit about boxing, now especially when they see me in the gym, like I'm in the gym every night of the week. I really do boxing. So these guys know they scared because they respect me. They might have sat on the internet and attempted to front on me, but now they see. Shout out to my cousin. My cousin is a Hall of Famer, man. I come from that lineage. I know what the fuck I'm talking about with this boxing shit. Post your influence, you gimmick ass niggas. Right? I got the footage. That's why I sit back and I listen to all these niggas talk boxing. But I be like, show it, motherfucker. Please show it. Right? You guys said this dude has elite footwork. I want to see it, man. What fight did he show it in? That's what I was asking. You saying he's gonna go in here and do all these things. Can you show it? Where did you watch? Right? And you was like, oh shit, look at Brian Norman's footwork. Look at that move. Where did y'all see that at, man? Please show it to me. If my man WCS was in here, WCS calls Jihad Tucker, oh man. Damn, what is the name he gave him? It's something dance. Now see, Jihad has the footwork, y'all. Right? Jihad Tucker's footwork is top notch, man. Jihad Tucker's footwork is so elusive and unpredictable, right? That you have guys like Timothy Bradley, all these guys, they used to try to downplay his motion and hate because his footwork is unorthodox. Setting it up, folks. Right? All right, let Jihad go now. Let Jihad go. Yo, wait, I think, damn, man, I'm about to text WCS. Hopefully he'll hit me back. I think he calls it rhythm dancer. No, electric boogie. I got it. Electric boogie, right? Yo, electric boogie. I said rhythm dance. Let me write that down so I don't forget that. Electric boogie, right? He said Jihad Tucker's electric boogie. Footwork, man. Footwork, electric boogie. That's it, right? Now, if Jihad is known as electric boogie, and Jihad has displayed, look, Malik, that footage is classic footage, man. See, these niggas don't know who I am. They overlooked who I am. That footage is, that's money. That's money. Well, I wouldn't, look, one thing about me with content, right? My catalog been crazy, right? But I watch these scammers that have no real life motion, influence in the game. Not only do these scammers, the people, quote unquote, watch them, y'all donate to them. They bring nothing to the table. I'm still waiting for them to really turn it up, man. Why would I release certain gems that I know is worth money? Jihad Tucker's $1 million fighter. Brian Norman is $1 million fighter. Why would I put that footage out for free? These are $1 million fighters, man. I got Jihad Tucker and Jaleel Hackett footage. They sparred. I was there. I was working that one. I was there in Connecticut. I never listen. Game is to be sold and not told, man. Game is to be sold and not told, man. But yeah, these guys is Brian Norman Jr. We're gonna see somebody's getting exposed Saturday night. We will see that exclusive footwork on display. And we will see the knockout. Right? But all these chitlin grease, chitlin circuit eating motherfuckers, pork eating niggas. Oh man, he talked about his grandma. He gonna knock him out. These are the dumb niggas. Oh, he talked about his grandma, his Mima. He talked about his Mima. It's personal. So when he got yoked up in NYC by the security, that didn't make it personal. That didn't make it personal. And Bill and them ain't nervous, man. Bill and them are strategic. Bill and them are strategic. Maybe Bill and them seen the footage. Malik said the footage. I think the footage is out there. Brian Norman is a known fighter, man. Everybody knows Brian Norman's forte, right? And you can tell from his father. They try to knock guys out in sparring. Well, I talk about it. That's what they do. They spar hard. Look, they go hard in the paint for sparring, right? And the reason why the father and me had a back and forth, because he really didn't understand who I really was, right? And he was jealous. Yeah, I say it. You know you was jealous, nigga. But now you feel good because you're a champion. But at the time, you was jealous of Jihad. You was jealous of Abdullah. You was jealous of Shushu. Because at the time, these guys had deals with Top Rank. Your son was an undefeated fighter with all these knockouts. And he wasn't in the door yet. And I remember a content creator when you first signed, right? And they was like, "Oh, Brian Norman Jr. is gonna take," and I was like, at the time, I was like, if I drop this footage of him and Jihad sparring, and I was gonna do it because I remember this one dude was talking real stupid. And I'm like, nigga, you don't know shit about boxing. You're a bird, nigga. You are an internet weirdo bird, nigga. Right? You're a bird, nigga. You carry like a bird. You are a park rat. You are a pigeon. A park rat, a bird, nigga. Fuck are you talking about? Right? But I remember, and I was like, nah, Jihad's footwork is crazy. Jihad runs circles around niggas. And that's when they was like, oh, he can't punch. He can't punch. Everybody always try to say Jihad can't punch. Well, when Jihad fought Nikolai Skavecki, who's a cruiserweight, light heavyweight, competed light heavyweight, I don't think that guy's been back in the ring since. That was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jihad fought Francisco Varone, who was a big middleweight. They brought him down to try to knock Jihad out. Jihad kind of fucked his career up. After Jihad beat him up, he went to the OTX and Brandon Adams beat him. But Jihad, that was the draw. Remember, Jihad had a draw. Well, he was supposed to knock Jihad out. Big Francisco Varone. Didn't happen. It did not happen. And now I see ESPN, I think Jihad is number 22. ESPN top 20 under 25. He made it to number 22. Right? But he should be a lot higher. But politics and other things play a big role in that. But if you base it off of resumes and if you know what you're watching, he's definitely higher than 22. But I remember watching that footage. And shout out to World Combat for sending that to me. They thought I was going to post it. No, I just study. I study for them. And that's why I still see to this day, I'm like, people talking about Brian Norman's footwork. Where's the tapes, man? Where's the tapes? You know, because we know Dev's not going to stand in front of him. They trying to bait Dev into doing that, but that's not boxing. So where's the tapes of him cutting off the ring? Like I said, Jin Sasaki, we could pull that knockout out. Jin Sasaki just stood in front of him. He stood right in front of him, man. Sasaki didn't go nowhere. Now look, this is Dev against a Footmaster champion. Lomachenko is a Footmaster champion right here. Let me stop this real quick. I'm not gonna play this, right? There's a couple y'all in here. How many of y'all in here, right? How many of y'all are in here right now, right? Three in the building, right? Put it in the comment section. Brian Norman Jr. or Lomachenko, who has better footwork, y'all? Who has better footwork? 4 in the building. Somebody answer that. It's a free question, man. Does Lomachenko or Brian Norman Jr. have better footwork? Whose footwork is better?
Like a ballerina at times.
Whose footwork is better? Let me mute this. I'm gonna play it. Whose footwork is better? Who would you say has better footwork? Lomachenko or Brian Norman Jr., man? Easy question, man. Easy question, man. Right? Whose footwork is better? Right? Because footwork is gonna play a big part in this fight. Oh, look, they getting mad. Look, they are they trying to freeze me out? Look, see? When I get to dropping them gems, whose footwork is better, y'all? Is it Brian Norman Jr. or Lomachenko? Footwork we're talking. Nobody's questioning the power. I'm talking footwork right now, man. Look, 45 minutes, it's been boxing, y'all. Cooking, too. Whose footwork is better? Because I know a lot of people were saying how Lomachenko beat Devin Haney, right? Lomachenko got excellent footwork, right? Will Brian Norman Jr. be able to, what's the name? Look, he says, Bill Haney said, look, told you, this is why you guys are programmed. I'm going to play this, right? Because I already know, I'm not going to get a response because I just exposed something. I just exposed something. So, you know, when I come over here and I drop gems, my chat gets mute, right? It was about 6 people in here. I said that shit, we got down to 2. They had to leave because I just dropped something. Okay, so this is right here is what got everybody, oh, it's personal. Bill Haney said, F my mama 2 weeks before she died. It's personal. It's personal, right? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So my question is this. I'm going to play this real quick, right? This is Chitlin Circuit Talk.
Fuck Bill. I don't like Bill Haney. I don't like Devin Haney. It's personal for me.
This is new
It
for
ain't
me.
personal. It ain't personal for me. It's personal for Nick. He said, fuck my mama 2 weeks before she died from cancer. Bill Haney. The nigga said, fuck my mama ain't never did that to nobody. You feel me? Nigga, you say, my mama ain't, there ain't nobody else said, fuck my mama like that.
Yo, look, that right there. Yo, that right there, that clip right there got all the YouTube boxing dummies. Oh, man, it's personal. Look what he just said. His mama never did nothing to nobody. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me, right? That made the fight personal. But yet, when they yoked your son up, they yoked him up. They put hands on him. And NYC, look, had him by his collar, his white collar, like this. You birthed him, right? It wasn't personal. Wouldn't it be personal when you watch somebody put hands on your offspring? Now he says F your mama, right? Are y'all selling the fight? Oh, it's personal. But it wasn't personal when they touched your son. That big security, gorilla, yoked your son up. It wasn't personal then. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. It's personal now. You don't like Bill Haney. But when Bill Haney sicked his goon on your boy, yoked him up in front of you, it wasn't personal then? Yo, it's so easy to manipulate and program the sheep on the internet, man. It is so easy to, man. You had guys on here, oh, it's personal. He said, F that man's mama. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit was staged, man. But that made it personal. But when that man sicked his gorillas, hired goon security on your son, that didn't make it personal? WWE, man. Boxing is the new WWE. How's the content looking, y'all? This is boxing, man. I'm not going to do no more boxing for the day, man. I might do some Carl Chronicles. He said, Brian Norman put hands on that nigga. Listen, look, standing right in front of him. This was in this is Bosey's gym. Right in front of him. Is Brian Norman doing the displaying the footwork right here? Is he displaying the footwork? Boxing guys, man. You guys know boxing. Y'all watch boxing. Is he displaying the footwork here? Let's go right here. I'm about to shut this one down. Let's go right here. Look. Is he displaying the footwork right here, y'all? Is he displaying the footwork? How is the content looking now, man? Source, experience, media, marketing, management, consultant, agent, man. You know, you do have options, man. Appreciate y'all on the behind the source views, man.